Holy. Whoa.
Me and Victoria, we're heading out for a special roast chicken camp. Well, I've selected a location that's a pretty easy hike in, because obviously putting a full chicken in your backpack's not exactly the easiest thing to do. I think it's going to take us about 2 hours without a whole lot of elevation gain, and we'll set up base and we'll roast this chicken. But if you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll enjoy this video and get a taste for what we kind of do in the bush.
You don't normally cook a roast chicken.
Well, okay, we don't normally cook roast chickens in the bush, but we do like to cook nice food. So we'll probably come back to you when we get to camp in a couple of hours and set up. But yeah, see you soon. Hey everyone, so we've made it to camp, and it took us about how long?
About 3 hours?
3 hours, a bit longer than expected, but that's okay. We got this little flat spot here.
Looks quite good.
That it looks like has been cleared off before. So, quite a good place to get the tent.
I think we need to clear away some of these sticks. So.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of sticks around. But this should be a good spot for a camp. We haven't been here before, so trying somewhere new. Here is my chicken. It's a full chicken sitting in this tray, which we're going to roast in this tray.
Staying true to our promises.
Yeah, promised that I'd do a chicken, and I'm going to do my chicken.
We did have a bit of a panic this week though, because we hadn't actually planned exactly how we were going to do the chicken, and all of a sudden we had an influx of new subscribers. So welcome to all of you. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, so it could be a giant failure, or it could be a roaring success. That's the ground sheet.
I'm actually really excited about roasting a chicken out here.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I haven't really eaten anything today. But we'll get the tent set up. We've got the Cedar Summit tent. Yes. Not my favourite tent in the world, but
I think it goes that way around.
It will do the job for us today. It is summer here at the moment, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily warm.
It's about 15 when we left the car this morning. It was a bit cooler than that. Now I guess have we gained altitude or not?
No, we're at about
the same.
900 metres. The robin's on the tripod. Take this too.
Yep.
Get this set up nicely. Ground's pretty damp, so we've got a ground sheet. Although the tent, I mean, we're probably fine without it, but let's bring it anyway. I kind of want to get a different tent. I want to try the new Nemo Dragonfly tent with the Osmo fabric.
Do you reckon that would be better in wind than this one?
It would just be better in general in every single way, I reckon. I mean, this tent's done well, but
you just want excuses to get new gear.
Yeah.
All the time.
Always need to buy new gear.
As soon as Abel convinces me that it's the last piece of gear that we need, this is the last thing we need, then the setup's perfect. No, 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 no. There's something else.
Camping's not about having a perfect setup. It's about dreaming about a perfect setup. When you sit there late at night thinking, I could have a better tarp. I could have a better tent. What if I cooked this? That's what gets you going, I reckon.
I always get confused which way around this goes. That's a vestibule.
The nice bush green. I'll give Cedar Summit that. It is a good colour.
It's a nice tent. I think I've got the small end. I need to go that way. I'll go around here. Just like that.
So for the roast chicken, what we're going to do is we're going to have to cook it on the fire. And we brought little trays and an oven rack to place the tray on, and then we'll cover the top of the tray with either another tray or tin foil. And I thought that was kind of a dumb idea.
I told him it was a great idea.
I was told.
That's what those sort of trays are for.
I was told by Victoria and then also Tony, AB Camping, that I was dumb.
Thank you, Tony, for agreeing with me. Cool,
So,
that's all attached.
So yeah, I guess I was in the wrong, as usual.
Well, we'll find out soon. Either me and Tony are wrong, or you're wrong.
We also brought a kilo of potatoes to cook with the roast, and we got gravy.
And we've got potato chips.
And chippies and scorched almonds.
Oh yeah, we've got scorched almonds too. Yum.
Man, these things on this tent are obscene. I can't even get that in. It's a shocking design, really. So, a bit unsure about this tarp setup. I'm not even very good at setting up tarps at the best of time. I brought it anyway just because I want to get experience with my loadout. It's when I actually need it. I learn and I'm better with it. The tarps have a nice smell to them because the smoke from previous camps kind of infuses into the tarp, which is quite nice. So here's the corner of it. Here's the middle. That's the middle. Down the seam. So I probably want one corner.
Just attach it onto that one maybe. Don't need to.
How high up?
I don't know. You're the tarp master.
I'm not the tarp master by any means. I'm the tarp noob. If I'm the master of anything, it's probably not even fires. It's pretty good having these microphones on us instead of using the on-camera mic.
I'm finding it's making a big difference because I don't like yelling.
Yeah, Victoria's voice
I'm
is
too
quite
quiet.
low, and you can individually set the microphones to pick up voices differently, although I think we have them set just equally at the moment. But bear with us, this is a test.
We're learning.
Test camp.
That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Like that.
So that's
like that
set
a
up
lot.
complete. Yeah, that's real good. Cool, we'll get our stuff into the tent now and we'll come back for a cup of tea and then we'll get the fire stuff going.
Alright guys, new bit of gear. Flextail gear pump. Got this the other week for Abel as a little present. It's pretty cool. It's a fan, or a little pump thing, and it also has a light. Oops.
Yeah, the main reason why I got it is so I can use it on the fire, really. But multi-purpose is a light. I think we got it from a business called Simply Living in New Zealand.
Alright, so we've set up a wee fire pit. We've got a little grill rack thing here, and the chicken's still wrapped up with all the ice packs and that. So that's going to be the setup for dinner. So what we need right now is
A cup of tea.
a cup of tea and some wood. But we've got a big wicker.
Prowling around the campsite.
Yeah, so we're going to have to be pretty careful with leaving any food out if we go away.
Get in
for
your seat,
the setup.
Victoria, and see if this is a good setup.
All my
Thanks.
treats are in my seat.
Thanks for bending over in my face.
I'll take control of
Little
the tea making.
teapot. Get a cup of tea on.
Cool.
But yeah, it's pretty
Would you like,
good setup. What's the time?
what sort of tea would you like?
Have an Earl Grey.
Did we bring Earl Grey?
I don't know.
I
It's 3 o'clock. We should have plenty of time actually to do this. Not stressed at all.
It's quite quite dark for 3 o'clock. I guess
We're in the bush.
there's quite dark clouds too.
This is roast veg seasoning and a sachet of gravy. I've got some salt and pepper. We bought some soups as well for a pre-dinner snack, and in here I've got 1 kilo of agri potatoes.
Actually, I've got some chai tea.
Chai tea? That'll be
Chai
good.
tea
Just
with
any
some
kind
milk.
of tea would be nice.
Okay.
And this is going to have to get pulled back a bit because the fire's going to be quite hot. We can move our chicken over to there. And the grill
Oh, we need water.
can go over there. But I'll get on to collecting some wood now. I think I felt a few spits of rain. Just got my little silky pocket boy Outback saw, and it cuts through the wood like a lightsaber. This whole branch here, ooh, it's all dead and pretty dry. Be able to chop that up, some good wood. Scavenge the rest of this fallen down tree. I mean, that should be enough to get a chicken well underway. Some big hunks here. Get these bits. I'll bring the rest of the wood up in a second.
Good job.
But I reckon it should be, it's a pretty decent amount, at least to get started with anyway. I'm gonna chuck that in the tent.
Let's pop it in this now.
And this. You're brewing the tea now, eh?
I've got a cup of tea brewing.
Oh,
Chai tea.
man, it's a pretty nice spot here.
We bought this little bottle of milk.
That's the, no, what's it called?
UHT.
UHT milk. Sits there in a container. It's kind of gross. And homemade cookies. That'll be good.
Homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Hey, there's another dead branch over there. Victoria just peacefully relaxes while I run around. Okay, so I'm gonna get the fire going, and I don't have a whole lot of material.
Been guarding the camp from that weaker.
Yeah, there are wickers on the prowl, so
Otherwise we'd have no food left.
wickers are like the biggest predator you have to deal with in New Zealand. They steal. Well, they take anything that's about. So we've got to get this going and get a good little bit of coals, and then get the chicken on. How long do you think the chicken will take?
Maybe an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Depends how hot we can get this bed of coals.
Well, the coals will get hot, no doubt about it. It's beech wood, and beech burns very, very hot once it gets to critical temperature.
Don't let your tea go cold.
This stuff seems to be pretty dry. Shouldn't have too many issues. Nice little pieces. I think I'm getting a few spits of rain. Be nice if it rained a little bit. I got some of these big fat pieces, and I'll baton these up, and this like nice dense centre pieces of wood, they'll get going real well and they'll burn for hours. It's right onto a knot. Yeah, I don't think that's good. It's a bit fat. My knife's not big enough. For
I
these
guess that'll be the next thing on the list.
big and butcher's knife.
Bigger knife.
Yeah, I can't.
Is that not gonna work?
I can't split those ones. Right. I reckon I'll be able to do this bit of wood. But first I'll cut it into a nicer piece. Look at that. There's an absolutely ginormous knot there. It's enough of that. Let's keep a good stream. These medium-sized pieces. I found a nice standing dead tree off some beach that's more reasonable size, so I'll be able to baton that up. Victoria's obsessed with the flex tail pump.
I like this thing.
It's awesome. I told you it was cool, and you were like, it's not cool, but look at it.
What do you mean? I went
I
and
don't
got
know.
it for you.
You went and got it.
Well, I
Went online.
went online and purchased it.
So I'll be able to baton this because it's a manageable size. That's what we want. There's been hoo-hoo grubs into this. That's a native beetle thing. It's like a larvae. Eats, well, it must eat wood.
You cut yourself.
Yeah, trying to baton, I cut myself.
And here
It's
is
the main
what
event.
we never actually thought we'd end up doing.
So we got these cooling packs on the bottom and on the top.
A whole chicken, guys. A whole butterflied applewood smoked chicken.
Free range because I'm cool. But that's pretty cold to the touch. And it's been on ice.
Yeah, it's
We
real
didn't
cold.
freeze the chicken, we just kept it wrapped in the newspaper with the ice packs.
Seemed to have worked pretty good.
Yeah. So we got this foil tray and the grill. So we're going to place the grill over the fire, and then we're going to put the chicken with some olive oil and everything
In there,
in the tray.
something like that. And in here, I've got somewhere some potatoes.
Yeah, and potatoes and seasoning and stuff.
Potatoes.
So we'll lay those around the chicken. And then
How
I'm
many
not sure.
potatoes did you put in? There's so many.
I told everyone it's a kilo of potatoes.
A whole kilo.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a whole kilo. Well, you can have 200 grams or whatever, and we'll eat the rest. Why
You
not?
do realise we've got a bag of potato chips too.
Yeah, but it's gonna take like 3 hours, so we're gonna have a big appetite.
Alright, well, we better start setting this up so that it's ready to go on top of the fire. As soon as
But yeah,
There's another potato.
there's heaps. I'd just like to give a special thanks to the subscribers and our family for helping us go on trips, dropping us off and everything. And everyone watching that enjoys the vids, it's real cool that you can come along on the camps and just see what we're doing.
Yeah, it's
Because
fun.
we would be out here doing this regardless, but bring the camera along because people enjoy it. There's too many potatoes. And a whole thing of seasoning.
We better give Rob a special shout out too, because he was the one who told us about taking a roast chicken into the bush. He said that once upon a time,
When he was younger, he had a roast chicken at Caramere Bend Hut, I think it was.
and
So-
ever since then we've been thinking, how on earth are you supposed to bring a chicken into the middle of nowhere and cook it? But that's what we're attempting today.
Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoys it. And I hope it's not a fail for our sake.
I hope we enjoy it. Because
I hope I don't get food poisoning.
it's a lot of weight to bring in.
Yeah, I mean, it still was a reasonable hike to get in here. It's not like we just walked around the corner from the car. It took us about 3 hours to get here.
And it was a rough track, really rough track.
So undisclosed location, cooking a roast chicken in the bush, and it's going to be glorious, guys. So, okay.
Right, so I have got the chicken out and chopped up the potatoes a little bit so they cook faster. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt on. Spread over everything. And I've got some pepper.
This is the olive oil I've got, my little Coghlan's.
That container works really well.
Yeah, it doesn't leak at all.
Where'd you get it from?
These were for sale at the gear shop.
Oh yeah.
So get some olive oil.
It's hard to find little containers that don't leak.
That's a lot of olive oil. But, you know.
It should make it taste nice.
Olive oil is good.
We've got some Mrs. Rogers roast veg seasoning. Just because, you know, we want lots of flavour. Lots of flavour.
The fire could have more coals. I'll try to get this closer to the camera. Is it going to focus on the chicken? That's a full roast chicken. And I can already smell it wafting. So we'll get that on soon.
It'll be fine.
Just like that?
Yeah. Or you could twist it around the other way. I think we hit it, but probably doesn't matter.
I can already hear things sizzling in there.
I think when we set it up, you hit it more that way. Yeah. Resting on the rocks, because those pieces of wood are going to move underneath it. Yeah, that looks good.
Is it quite level?
That was pretty stable. Nice.
All right, I mean...
Roast chicken in the bush.
What's the time? So how long do you think? 2 hours?
4:30.
That's a lot of heat hitting it, eh? Is it going to like rupture the tins? You can hear it sizzling. This is incredible. Look at that. Wow. Whoa, I can hear stuff sizzling in there already. What if the foil ruptures and then we get seepage and the chicken falls out? I can't wait till we can eat this chicken.
I can't believe we're actually doing this. Right, so the chicken's been on for about 45 minutes. Cooking instructions said if you're barbecuing it to cook it for about 20 or 30 minutes on a high heat and then turn it down to low for another 30 to 40 minutes, apparently.
How do you do that though in the bush?
I just used this dial and I turned it down. No, the fire's kind of died down a little bit, so we're just trying to keep it on low.
Yeah, there's some really nice coals in there now. What I'm thinking though, after taking this tray and having this fire, is a huge piece of lamb over the grate.
With like some red wine and tomatoes.
Lamb, yeah, and olives, feta, a nice Pinot. In the winter with the snow falling.
Now you're talking.
I don't know if that would be like an ultimate type thing.
Well, what sub count do we need for a leg of lamb?
Maybe 5,000 subs for illegal
Only
lamb.
5,000, okay.
Yeah. Then we'll
Only 5,000, guys.
tell all your friends. No. He's gonna cook lamb.
I'm just getting smoked out in here. Ugh.
So the chicken has been cooking for about an hour, and we're gonna leave it for maybe another 10 minutes, and we'll open it up and see what it does.
I'm really excited about this.
Just have a little peep
I'm going to have a peep.
to see what's going on in
Just a
there.
little peep. I'm going to use the forks because we didn't bring anything to really take this off with, so
You got to be real careful.
I'm going to try to keep this intact in case we need to put it back on. So I'm just going to open it up on either side. Do you want to get the camera and show them?
No. Just open
Okay, we're going to have a peep and we'll show you guys later then. Oh my gosh, there's so much steam. No, it's okay. Hot. Holy. Whoa.
Is that cooked?
Guys. We've done it.
Man.
This is a whole roast chicken.
That's something else.
Look, these potatoes are so soft. And I've just kind of cut this a little bit just to check that it's cooked, and we're looking good. She's a little bit burnt underneath, but I mean...
Nah, that'll just give some good flavours.
That's totally fine with me. Yeah, that looks cooked, Abel.
Alright, let's
Abel's
get the gravy
a little
on.
bit nervous that it's not cooked through, but to me that's looking pretty good.
I take back what I said. Let's get the gravy. I'm going to taste
You're
it.
going to have a taste. You want a knife? I'll give you a knife.
I don't really need it, it's just falling to pieces.
What's the verdict?
That's proper. That's proper chicken. Infused with flavour, what the hell? The potatoes have like turned to mash.
Alright, shall we serve it up?
This is unbelievable.
This gravy's ready to go. Look at that, nice thick gravy.
Can't believe it. Alright, I'll bring this up to the camera. Give you a close-up look at my chicken. Whoa. So you can see you got roast potatoes in there. This is the succulent chicken, all smothered with gravy. It tastes probably better than what you'd do at home.
I guess the flame must infuse it with nice.
It's so tender.
Smoky flavour.
It's really tender and juicy.
Alright, first bite for me. This looks amazing.
The potatoes have some nice crispy bits on them too. You can see these little, probably can't pick it up, but these little charred pieces. It's pretty good for a first attempt. Some additional salt and pepper would probably be good. Well, that doesn't really need it.
Yum.
The gravy was definitely worth bringing too.
That was easy to just mix up in the cup anyway. I do think some peas would have been a good addition though.
Don't need vegetables. Right,
You do have a knife.
that's succulent big chicken pieces. Why is it so tender? Because it like steamed in there, I guess. I think to do this better, probably just have the heat down a little bit.
Do you know what though? I saw the other week on YouTube someone making a roast chicken on a rotisserie over a fire.
Xander Budwick.
I really like his channel.
Yeah, he has good missions.
Good channel. But that was cool.
His roast chicken rotisserie video.
But I think I scared Abel when I said maybe we should do the roast chicken like that.
What he did was, he made this contraption where he had a water wheel that went into the stream next to where he was camping, and then he put the water wheel onto the roast and it was spinning around like this. I think it took him like 3 or 4 hours, and it was just slowly spinning a whole chicken.
So cool.
And then he just ate the whole thing.
So that was, if you want to watch something more impressive than this,
I think this tastes better.
This tastes amazing.
Well, how would I know? I hadn't tasted his chicken.
No, you didn't.
But this is...
That would taste pretty good too, I reckon.
This is succulent. Like, no kidding. This is juicy, smoky.
I reckon it's better than any roast chicken I've made at home. So that's it. That's all the rubbish. I flipped the trays over. We used 2. So I put the outer one on the inner to cover all the dirtiness, and then I folded them up. And that's all the mess from a whole roast chicken, which is pretty cool.
And what I'm doing is drinking gravy from a cup. I'm in kind of a food coma. Oh, man. It's nothing better than cooking and camping. Campfire cooking. I reckon it's the best part. Especially in winter. I'm looking forward to going on winter camps. Hopefully this year we get a good snow season and we can get out for lots of nice snowy missions.
That would be good.
I think we'll go down to the stream. I might show you down at the river. It's quite nice down there. Although it's quite overgrown to get down there. So I don't know if I'll bring the camera down. We'll fill up our water and then we'll come back here and probably, I don't know, have a hot chocolate, scorched almonds.
We've got tea. I don't think we've got a...
Teas? Cup of tea? Cup of tea would be nice. I'll just take a moment to show how absolutely beautiful it is in the bush where our campsite is. Down the stream. Pretty cool down here. I want to go for a swim now that I'm here. Some nice little pools in between the rocks. These rocks are pretty slippery though. You don't want to fall over on these. So look, little plunge pool over there. Some more good little pools there. But I don't know if I'll get in or not. Quite cold. So yeah, this is the stream and it goes on for miles down there. It's a beautiful spot. Really happy with this campsite. It's pretty noisy though. I'm not sure if my voice will get picked up by the GoPro. But we'll head back up to campsite, just chill out the rest of the evening now. Well, back from the stream. It's quite nice down there. It's refreshing. Didn't go for a swim, but had a big drink and washed my face.
Wash my hands.
Yeah.
A little rinse.
Not sure if you'll be able to hear it picked up on these mics, but it's quite loud, but it's about 100 metres away.
Mm.
But anyway,
We've just got back and put a cup of tea on.
we'll have some tea, and I thought that maybe we could disclose some personal information about ourselves. Because no one really knows who we are. Like, I've posted maybe, this will be the 39th video, I think.
Is it? Wow.
And I guess if you watch him, all you would know is
We like going camping.
he likes camping and he likes coffee. Because I probably have dedicated half of the total time on this channel to talking about coffee. Possibly. But that's because...
Much the same at home.
Well, yeah. We used to have a little coffee business that started because I was just obsessed. Well, you were obsessed with coffee too. It wasn't just me.
That is true. Was I the one who bought the first coffee machine?
We were in Queenstown when we were living down there. I was probably like 20, 22 years old. And I think I was having instant coffees in the morning. Jed's or budget instant coffee. You
were having budget because we were trying to save money.
And I was just sitting there one day rubbing my face in the morning.
It was the worst.
It was like -2 degrees, stirring some instant, rubbing my face. Like, what am I doing with my life? So we went, where did we go? We went to Noel Leeming and purchased
one of those tiny little Breville
Barista Express
things, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like $700 or something at the time. And I was like, holy shit, this is a giant investment into my coffee life. But we brought it home. And I remember...
But we did the math first because we thought if we go out for coffee, at that stage we were going out maybe a couple of times a week.
Not even really.
Not even because we were trying to be
tight
careful.
Budget.
But we thought if we get the coffee machine, then overall we'd save money.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't buy those coffees out, but it was more like you could have the enjoyment of that first cup in the morning of a nice, like, well, at the time I thought a nice proper shot. So we got that, and then I remember we brought it home and we just didn't know how to use it. And I was like, why does my coffee not taste good? And
well, you didn't, I kind of did.
Yeah, and then it was a rabbit hole that lasted maybe, well, it was a fascination. We had that machine and then we started buying better and better coffee. Then I realized I need a better grinder. Then I was like, oh, I can't control my water temperature, and then I can't control my flow rate and my pressure profiles and my particle size and my distribution on the puck and everything. So we ended up getting another coffee machine, upgraded, and then a better grinder. And then I think we bought the La Marzocco. We went straight to like the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
And then we bought a coffee roaster.
Yeah, and then we bought a coffee cart.
And then a coffee cart, and then we were selling coffee.
And the whole plan was to actually set up a really nice little luxury boutique
espresso bar, really.
Espresso bar in Nelson. But we had all the plans and we sold the coffee cart to get started, and basically right after we sold it, this big pandemic came through.
It was right before COVID. We had,
so I mean, that was really lucky timing, but it also sort of destroyed our plan for...
It was a bit sad because it was going to be awesome. I even bought like all the equipment. So we had all this commercial coffee equipment at home. It was in the kitchen actually.
Half of it's still there.
And I got real into buying and selling coffee equipment. So I'd see real good stuff come on for like a good deal, and I'd just buy it. So I had like, I don't know, 5 commercial grinders at one point probably. All this stuff just at home. And we were just going nuts buying better and better coffee. It was pretty fun, but I don't know, just didn't work out in the end.
Well, I think we always had the idea that we would come back to it, but, well, as you guys know, everything's sort of been a bit messy over the last few years, so...
But I still make coffee.
Held off, and Abel's kept everything at home.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, we could do it, but... I
don't know, you make cups for people every day, and it's quite hard work. But it is quite nice. You get your customers that come every day, and it's quite satisfying.
Get to know people.
But you also get the people that are like real dicks that come and complain about their coffee and it's too hot and blah blah blah. But you know, I don't have to worry about that now because I just make it for myself.
Yeah, and for me. And
for Victoria. It's quite nice. So that's why I'm always going on about coffee in the videos, and you might think that I'm a freak Because I am. I am a coffee freak. So that's the story of our coffee, and now you'll know a bit more about us.
They know nothing more about you.
I never said that I had a coffee. Oh, maybe I have once. I don't know.
They still know that you like coffee and camping.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no new information to
I like
gather
food too, but you probably already know that because I'm always cooking nice stuff. It's getting a little bit chilly now. It's nice to have the fire though. It's going pretty good. That Flextail gear pump. It's my new favourite thing. I've got it in my pocket. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look.
Oh.
What do you do in your spare time?
My spare time or my, like,
Well,
what I
your
do during
life.
the day?
What do you do in your life?
I'm a personal trainer, so I work out of a gym in Nelson. I've got some wonderful clients, so hi guys if you're watching.
They all watch the videos.
I don't know if they all watch the videos,
Because
some of them watch the videos.
they can't get enough of Victoria. I renovate the house. That's what I tell people. So when people ask, what does Abel do? Or what have you been doing? My default is just renovating the house. It's like a running joke. I say, I'm painting the house. I've been painting the house for 5 years. But yeah, I stripped our entire house. It's a Remu 1960s or something.
Yeah.
Weatherboard house, or weatherboard. Stripped it right back to the timber. Redid the entire paint job. It was like a restoration. All the window joinery, all the boards, every surface of the exterior of the house. There's a wicker near my tripod. Oi! So yeah, the entire outside has been nicely painted. That took probably a year, like I'm not even kidding.
It did
On
take
and
a
off.
while. Well, you can't paint the outside in winter.
Yeah, and we also stripped the entire inside of the house. So we took off all the drywall and we've replaced all of that, insulated it, repainted it, new carpet, lights, doors, handles, everything. So it's like an old house that's been completely redone. So it's quite nice now. It's a nice place to live. So it's taken a lot of effort, and that's just the joke. So I tell people, I'm just working on the house.
Well, I think you tell me that as well when I ask you what you've been doing all day when I've been at work.
Just working on that. But
in reality, he's probably just researching new camping gear he wants to buy.
if you go back in our videos, if you're new to the channel, you'll see that we do a combination of big hikes, which are more kind of shot like, not like camping videos, they're more kind of documenting, they're like a vlog, just like a vlog of our trip, showing the scenery and just what it's like to go on a trip. And then we do more camps like this, where we're just doing a shorter walk and we cook fancy meals and bring all our gear and just relax.
It's pretty fun.
So it's a bit of both. I like both. I mean,
enjoy
I
it.
don't really know which one's better.
I reckon it totally depends on what else is going on in your life and what feels right, what the weather's doing. Yeah.
That's about it. I was wondering if anyone who watches has any questions that they would like to ask us, or things that they would like to know about us, or just anything like that. Let me know in the chat, and in the next video we'll discuss in detail, or not much detail, depending on what it is.
Depends what you are.
Anything you want us to talk about, any topics. Don't troll me, because actually troll me would be funny. Anything you want, and if I know nothing about it, I might look it up and give you some random opinion. But that could be quite a funny segment. Interaction. What do you think?
Would be good.
Could be good. If it's about gear, or if it's about places to camp, how to camp, I don't know. Could be anything. Might be funny. There's a little robin right here. And there's a wicker over there. And you can hear another robin back there chirping.
There's lots of bird life around up here. It's cool.
Yeah. It's getting pretty dark. But
Jeepers.
I love this Flextail pump thing. Flextail Gear Max Pump Pro 2 or something. It's the best thing ever.
You've been going on about wanting one for ages.
I finally got it. The light's pretty good too. Like I can illuminate myself pretty nicely with this.
It's kind of mesmerising watching the flames.
It's been a good fire too. It's putting out some good warmth.
What's your favourite thing about camping?
Nothing. Don't like it. What I do really like is Lord of the Rings. I like the movies, but most of all, I like the book.
You like the audio book?
The audio book
Listening to it.
is the book.
Yeah, I know.
It's just read by someone.
You just like listening to someone reading it to you.
Yeah. There's a version on Spotify of Lord of the Rings audiobook with really good voice acting. It's got sound effects and music. And it's really nice to put on and listen to when you're just doing something mundane around the house. But quite often I listen to it when I'm by myself and I'm just lying in the tent listening to the rain or early in the morning or whatever. It's like a nice relaxing story. So if you go onto Spotify and you search it, you can get it and you can download it onto your phone, so you don't need reception to listen to it. It's quite good. That's my recommendation for this trip. If you're into that kind of thing, you can listen to the audiobook. I give it 10 out of 10. Super high quality, super enjoyable. I've listened to it several times. Anyway, we'll probably get into bed soon, and it's probably enough from us. If you're still watching, good on you. And thank you. But I think we'll just relax.
Tired.
Yeah, we'll just relax a little bit more out here and then
Yeah, enjoy the fire and then
get into bed.
cozy up in bed.
And tomorrow we'll be having coffee and probably no breakfast because we don't really eat breakfast.
We normally have brunch.
Yeah, we usually have our first meal at around about 11 or 12 o'clock in the day, and that's usually a pancake. Victoria makes them. Delicious protein oat banana pancakes with blueberries. We could take them camping.
I've thought about this. I could make a dry mixture and then we could bring a banana and we could bring
Some water or something.
some water in, or we don't need to bring
You just
water.
need a
get
non-stick
water.
pan.
Yeah,
It has to be really non-stick, eh?
yeah. Maybe we'll
we
do
should
that one
do
day
that.
and then I can share my recipe
Banana pancakes.
with you guys.
We could sprinkle chocolate chips into them.
We don't need to sprinkle chocolate chips into it.
Because it would be kind of cool waking up and having breakfast as a treat.
Or we could do it on a camp and we could stay longer and just relax the
Do
next
2
day
nights.
and then do pancakes.
For lunch.
Yeah.
A 2-night camp. I could probably spend 2 nights in a place like this. This is cool.
Well, we could do something like this and just go for a walk during the day somewhere cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll do that. We're going to have banana pancakes somewhere. In the snow. Everything's better in the snow.
It is fun in the snow.
Alright.
Could we do... I normally put blueberries on them, but
Yeah.
they're frozen, so
Don't need the blueberries.
might have to do maple syrup.
Anyway, guys,
That's enough from us.
that's enough. We're in bed now. all tucked up in the quilts, and it's pretty nice. Packed a lot of stuff away, and it's time for a good sleep. Got these nice fluffy quilts all lofted up. Oh yeah.
Pretty cozy in here.
Just listen to the sounds of nature and drift off to sleep, I guess. That will be back in the morning, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see you then. Look, that's the Cedar Summit pillow. I find this comfy because it's quite like thick. And I've got quite a large shoulder, so I can like lie on my side and my neck supported. And this is the Cedar Summit pads, which have this like quilted pattern on them, and they're pretty comfortable too for the side sleeper. So that's why I've got that. Not the warmest pads and pretty heavy, but quite comfy. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night. Good morning. I'm not sure what the time is, but I had a pretty good sleep. Sun's up. And it was quite a nice dawn chorus. Victoria, are you awake? Victoria's still hibernating inside her quilt. But I think I might get up and get a coffee on soon. I slept pretty well. I had lots of dreams, so I must have been asleep. But it was nice here, just a good feeling, good campsite. And I was just full of roast chicken, so I was in a coma. But we'll get a Makona on now, I think, and see how the day progresses. The native robin. He's going for the lighter. They like to eat little bugs. Alright. Makona heeft meer That was actually not too bad. That boiled that quite fast. How come? Yeah, I think so. Right everyone, this is full pack up pretty much. We'll get the rest of the stuff into the pack, get the big camera all packed up, and then I guess we'll just head back. And that's the trip. Thanks everyone for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed it, and hope that roast chicken lived up to the hype. I didn't hype it too much, but yeah. Anyway,
Really nice.
it was a great camp, and we'll see you in the next vid.
Yeah.
Any final words?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for your support. And see you in the next great adventure into the bush. Bye bye for now.